All right, up first in our Evolution predictions, we have a match between Rhea Ripley and Io Sky for the Women's Championship. I think that this is going to be a really solid match. I think that Rhea and Io are two of the best women in the entire company, so I'm expecting them to put on a really strong match, and I'm definitely looking forward to it. Hopefully, they get a lot of time. As for the winner, I'm going with Io Sky winning to retain the title here. I think that somebody is going to potentially cost Rhea the match here. Like, I'm not sure it'll be a return or something like that. I say that because SummerSlam is right around the corner, and I could see something happening that sets up kind of Rhea's SummerSlam feud. And I feel like she's been champion Rhea's been champion for a long time, and they've kind of told that story. So I think Io is going to get a chance here and have more time as champion. And I think I could see her. There's matches for Io with kind of Kairi Sane. There's matches with Asuka in the future that I think fans want to see. Maybe both Asuka and Kairi Sane versus Io in kind of a triple threat. There's matches like that for the title they can do. So my gut says right now that Io retains. And somebody costs Rhea the match to kind of keep her from losing the match clean. Up next, we have Tiffany Stratton versus Trish Stratus for the other women's championship. This should be another fun match. Trish is older, but she has proved that she can still go in the ring. So I'm definitely looking forward to seeing her face off against Tiffany and kind of what they can do. I think it'll end up being really solid. I think that what we're going to see here is Tiffany winning and then kind of Trish raising her hand and giving her the stamp of approval after the match. I think there's no other result that makes sense. A Trish title reign at this age doesn't really make sense. It only really makes sense for her to kind of give her approval to Tiffany and try to help her kind of give her the rub. So Tiffany is definitely winning here, and that's my prediction. Okay, up next we have Jade Cargill versus Naomi in a no-holds-barred match. I think that this is going to be kind of a solid match it'll be hard-hitting based on the stipulation. They'll definitely kick the crap out of one another, and I think it'll be kind of a fun performance from both. I think that Jade Cargill is going to win here. I say that because what I see happening next is Jade facing off for the title at SummerSlam. That's already confirmed. Jade, from winning the Queen of the Ring, she has a title match at SummerSlam. So I think she's going to win the title or be very close to winning the title at SummerSlam. And then Naomi is going to show up and cash in the Money in the Bank briefcase and win. So I think to set that up, it makes more sense for Jade to win here. It doesn't really make sense from a storyline standpoint for Naomi to get the win here because she's going to do something underhanded at SummerSlam, kind of sneak in and steal the title. So I would say Jade is definitely going to win here, and then I expect Naomi to get kind of the last laugh though with the cash in about a month. All right, so up next we have JC Jane versus Jordan Grace for the NXT Women's Championship. I actually initially thought that we were going to see JC face off against Blake Monroe, who I think WWE is going to be super high on, but obviously she's not in this match. It's Jordan Grace. What I see happening here is Jordan Grace picking up the win, winning the title, and then I see a nice feud between Grace and Blake Monroe, who I think is going to be pushed heavily by WWE in both NXT and then the main roster. So I think a title change here is just my gut feeling with kind of Jordan Grace being a transitional champion and then Jordan Grace feuding with Blake Monroe in about a month or two. All right, so up next we have a triple threat match for the Women's Intercontinental Championship. It is going to be Becky Lynch versus Lyra Valkyria versus Bayley. I think that this is going to be a really strong match. We already know that Becky and Bayley have a lot of kind of strong chemistry with one another. I think Lyra's super talented, and adding her to the mix should be a lot of fun and kind of an extra bit of flair to the Bayley and Becky matches that we know are already really good. So I'm excited to see this. I think for the winner here, I'm going with Becky retaining. I think what makes the most sense here is kind of Becky retains after kind of Lyra and Bayley focus too much on one another because they're obviously in a fight right now, so I think they're going to kind of cost each other the match, go too hard at one another, and then Becky's going to kind of swoop in as the heel and take advantage to retain. After this match, I think kind of Becky's going to move on to a new feud, and then we're going to see probably Bayley versus Lyra in a singles match at the SummerSlam pay-per-view. So that's my kind of guess with Becky winning, and then that sets up Bayley versus Lyra at the next pay-per-view. All right, so up next we have the Battle Royal. This is going to be for a World Championship match at the upcoming Clash in Paris pay-per-view, which is after SummerSlam. So a bunch of people have been already confirmed for the match, including Nia Jax, Nikki Bella, Candice LeRae. A bunch of different people have been already confirmed. I think my gut feeling right now is that Stephanie Vacker is going to win this Battle Royal. I think that WWE seems to be pretty high on her based on the kind of spots they've put her in so far and kind of her short career in WWE, both NXT and the main roster. They're clearly high on her. And I just think that her in a title match in Clash in Paris is going to make sense because she can face whoever is holding the specific championship after SummerSlam is going to be a great match against Stephanie. It's going to be fresh, and I think that it doesn't even matter. So I think that puts WWE in a good spot with their booking that they can just have whoever face her next, and I think it could be a really solid match. So yeah, I'm going with Stephanie as a winning here, and I think that she earns that title match. Okay, so the final match here in the predictions for Evolution is going to be the Fatal 4-Way Tag Team match for the women's tag team titles. It's going to be Roxanne Perez and Raquel Rodriguez versus Alexa Bliss and Charlotte Flair versus Sol Ruca and Zaria versus Asuka and Kairi Sane. I think that this is going to be a fun match. Multi-team matches are always pretty fun, so I some fun moments. I'm going with this one feels a little obvious to me. It feels like this is where Charlotte Flair and Alexa Bliss win the tag team titles and then start a kind of longer storyline with their partnership. And it feels like the right place, and it feels like what WWE's been kind of setting up. So I feel pretty confident that they're in, and I think that would make the kind of most sense. And yeah, I think that it'll be fun to kind of see how Alexa and Charlotte coexist together over the next several months. So I think that Charlotte and Alexa winning is my prediction, and I think it'll be a fun match. So those are my predictions for the Evolution pay-per-view. Would love to hear your winners. Let me know if you disagree or agree with me on any of them in the comment section, and please subscribe if you're not. It really helps this channel to help us grow towards monetization. So thanks a lot for your support, and stay tuned for the next couple videos.